welcome to another exciting continuation of an episode.
Yeah.
So we started an episode last week,
Yeah.
and this is the continuation. My name is Tolu,
And my name is Tony.
and together we are the
OA Dynasty. So last week we initiated a topic on why people brag about their successes or about their achievements. So this week we'll try and, wrap it up,
Yes, we'll try to wrap it up.
Yeah. But before we do that, we just give you a quick recap of what we discussed last week.
Yeah.
So last week we said some people, brag about their successes mainly because they have not recognized God as the giver of good successes,
Okay, so people brag also, of course, because of their insecurities, just to make up for their insecurity. We mentioned that last week.
Yeah.
To feel valued, sometimes
Yeah.
it might be necessary in a particular domain or a profession.
Yeah.
And sometimes people brag to, of course, oppress others, which we outrightly said that's not
It's a
good.
no-no. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, people brag because of their past experiences or because of the things they've gone through, and any opportunity to make good success, they want the whole world to see.
Yeah, it's because of their experience.
Yeah. And people brag to seek attention.
Yeah.
And you mentioned something about tagging along last week, right? Yeah.
Yes, of course, just to tag along and to follow the trend. Yeah.
And to own a space, people brag about what they have achieved, just to own that domain and just
Yeah. But anyways, of course, we hope that, of course, from what we discussed last week and what we just said, now you'll be able to pick that bragging, well, is not good.
Yeah.
But what should be our focus should be more about what I'm doing on social media. What's the intention behind what I am doing? What's the motive? Because your motive will drive your actions and how you go about it. And we understand that sometimes people do things because they don't have the better knowledge, or they don't know how best to do it, right? And so that's one of the reasons why we're doing this video, so that if your intention is not to brag, but it comes out as if you're bragging, then you can say, well, now I know how to do this better.
Yeah, that's an important thing to bring on this platform today, because most people think if you brag, then you are not humble. But do you know that there's an aspect of bragging that is called humble brag? Some people pretend as if they are humble, but they're actually bragging, So it's important to bring that up as well. Like you said, intention is the foundation of any behavior. Why are you doing this? And this will lead us to the next question. What is the way forward?
Yes. What is the way forward?
We have just said flat out bragging is not good. Humble bragging is not acceptable as well. What do we do?
What do we do? Yes. So I think basically it is important to know that going forward, we cannot dissociate our social experiences from social media.
Yeah.
Like, it has just come to stay, and that's more like our reality, whether we like it or not, right? A practical example would be coming here, doing a YouTube channel. Like, I couldn't even have thought that we would do something like this, because we are very private people. But of course, we know that as Christians, we are not supposed to follow the world to do what the world is doing. But then, exactly, we can set example and we can do things right. So let's think about, okay, so how can we actually do things right? I think the first thing which we cannot stress enough is that you have to acknowledge God as the author of your success. Because if you know that what you have right now, the fact that you're even breathing, the fact that you are alive, if you know that it's a gift from God, then you know that there's really nothing to brag about. So it's just like someone gave me a gift. Will I just go ahead and brag and say, like, I got this? No, like, this person gave me that gift. I give thanks to the person first. So the very first thing is for us to acknowledge God as the author or the giver of that gift, because every good gift comes from God.
Yeah, and that's so critical, because sometimes we don't know that a lot of people have the same type of potential we have. Maybe because health issues or because lack of opportunity, they are unable to achieve that kind of success. But God has given you the opportunity to have good health and to have good space and to have good opportunity and sound mind. Do you know that sound mind is a miracle?
Yeah.
Someone said people can have disability and still make it in life. But people who are depraved or people who are mad cannot do anything for themselves. He said, I have never seen any madman, like crazy person, that does something great. You know, that you have a sound mind is a miracle. And you have to, give credit to God for that in the first place.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Another thing that we should think of as a way forward is an acronym we call THINK. And the T means, is it true?
So before you post,
just ask yourself.
Think, T.H.I.N.K.
Is this true? A lot of people sugarcoat things and just paint a picture that is not good. I heard the story of a lady who went to someone's house and was, vlogging.
I think it was all over.
I just acquired this, and she was arrested because she was using someone's houses to brag.
Yeah, to brag. So before you put things out there, is it true?
Is it true? And H, is it helpful? Are you helping somebody or you are trying to pepper somebody? Like you said last
week. Pepper them.
Are you a pepper them gang? I always ask yourself, is this helpful to somebody or this is going to send someone into a depressive mode? So you should always, and the third acronym is it inspiring? Are you trying to inspire somebody or you are trying to oppress somebody? And it's good to always look at it in that platform before you post anything. And the end is it necessary? You see a lot of things on social media like,
this is not necessary. Like, it is not necessary.
What for? It's not necessary. And the last thing is that kind? Are you being kind to somebody? A lot of people just sit down and write things and you're like, why? It's good to be kind.
I think this is really, really important. And I think it's going to go a long way if we all, because it's everything all starts with one person. So if everyone makes that conscious decision that, henceforth before I make this, action, before I do this thing, I'm going to check out my motive. I'm going to check out these these 5 things, these 5 points. How does, what I'm going to post, is it true? Is it going to inspire someone? Is it necessary? Is it helpful?
And is it kind?
Is it kind? I think that will help us. And also, we shouldn't forget that whatever we have, we owe it to God.
Sure.
Because if you are only able to do all that you can do because you are alive, and God
That's
is
deep.
God is the only one. God is actually the one that keeps us alive. So we should always remember that, and I think that would help us to
going forward, to guide our actions.
And
we are not saying you should not, share your successes. We are not saying you should not, inspire people with your story. What we are saying is let your intention or let your intentions be guided. And the last advice we have today is for the consumers. You can choose what you want to read. You don't have power over how people are going to pass their messages on the media platforms. But you can decide on what you want to read or what you cannot, or what you don't want to read. If there's a blog you read that is always making you feel as if you are less of a human being, stop! Nobody's going to arrest you. If someone you follow is always bragging, I'll follow.
You don't need to be bitter against
as
them.
Simple as that, That will help you from, being bitter like you said. And being jealous.
Because you don't need
being
it.
envious and things like that.
That's not.
Alright everyone, we sincerely appreciate your engagement, your comments, your likes, the feedbacks. We sincerely appreciate that. Double thumbs for you guys.
Share, subscribe to our channel, and please spread this word. Let's make the world a better place.
And we pray for someone who is yet to achieve what they have been looking for, that God will move you forward.
Amen.
God will give you the grace to achieve the next level of your life. And we see you again next week on another episode from OA Dynasty Forum. Until then, we say bye.